Okay, good morning, cuties. Hope you're having a wonderful day. I am about to get us started with day 4. We're going to focus today all about, oops, we're going to focus today all about brows and eyes and how to find the right eyebrow products to get shadow techniques to complement your eye color and your eye shape. So we're going to get started. First off, now let's start with the brows because the brows are what shape the face. Either you want like a very natural, soft brow look, or you want a strong, bold brow. You get to choose how you want it. So like, if you really like bold, striking features, then you're gonna want to go with a bold eye. But like for me personally, because I have more softer features, like a more rounded chin, rounded features, I personally love a soft and a softer brow look. So I'm going to show you the tools of the trade. Now, first, before we get to that, actually, we're going to talk how to shape your brows. So if you had a tweezer, use your tweezers and go directly from the side of your nose. You're going to see where to start the brow. It should start directly vertically from the edge of your nose, and to determine where the arch should be, you want to turn your tweezers sideways on an angle, matching the pupil of your eye. So you see here on the model, that line is going straight through the pupil of her eye, and it's going to her arch. And then lastly, you're going to slant the tweezers to match the edge of your eyelid. So you see on the end part, it's directly aligned to the edge of her nose and the edge of her eyelid, and that should be the end of your brow. I will admit, brows are not my specialty. It was for a number of years where I never really even did my brows because of my vision impairment, but you know what? I love to learn and share with you all what I learn. I never proclaim myself as an expert by any way, shape, or form, but whatever I do learn, I love to pass along. So now with the brows, determining the best brow products for you. So if you want that natural feathered look, you're going to want to go with a pencil. And with a pencil, you're going to go for, it's best for if you have like just a couple of sparse hairs, like a little patch where you just need a little bit of filling in, but you still want to look very natural, or if you want to define your brows, then the pencil is best. It's easy, quick, and a lot of pencils are like wax based, so sometimes to set the brow pencil, I like to use a brow powder. Everyday, day-to-day use, I love using a brow powder, especially if you have more sparse patches or bald spots. This is the easiest to really fill it in while still looking very natural and soft. But if like I want to go bold, maybe you have very few, very sparse brows where you have a lot of filling in to do, then I would definitely recommend the pomade, which you use with an angled brush, and that's going to help create that bold, striking, clean eyebrow look. And if you're like, you know what, I have pretty good brows already, I just want them tamed. If you have thick, unruly brows and you want them tamed, a quick, easy way to do that is with a brow mascara. And a brow mascara can just sweep through the brows and get them in place, and gives a little extra color, a little appearance of a thicker brow. It still looks somewhat natural, but those definitely are the best for keeping the brows in check. And so the best tools to use for brow shaping is an angled brush. Really create those hairline strokes on your brows. And then a spoolie brush to brush through what you've created, just to make it look a little natural and not so like drawn on. Now we're going to go to eye color. Eye makeup for your eye color. Now there's some colors that look best to make your eyes pop. And we go and look to the color wheel. And you see the color wheel on my left-hand side. You see that the blue is directly opposite to the orange, And you see the green is directly opposite to the purple. So the opposites are what complement one another. So we see here, like for blue eyes, you want to go with oranges, which could be more as like shades of peach, apricot, and bronze. That orangish brown tone will really make blue eyes stand out. Now for green eyes, you can go with a little more variety. You can go with burgundy, shades of red, and even pink. So you can kind of run the gamut between the red, pink, blue, red, pink, and violet. Those red bases are going to make green eyes really stand out. And then lastly, brown eyes, because brown is kind of a neutrally color, a lot of shades do work well with brown, but the ones that really make it pop the most are blue shades, and kind of like the opposite of the blue eyes right here. You see blue eyes go with brown. Well, you see here for brown eyes, blue is going to look really pretty. Also, green and purple look gorgeous, like those gem tones are going to really make those brown eyes pop. So now that we kind of have a game plan for what eye colors will make our eyes pop, now we're going to go to the eye shape. So first we're going to determine your eye shape. Now there's like 6 or 8 different ways to determine your eye shape. I'm not going to go into all of them. I'm going to go into 4 of some of the more popular or more widely visible eye shapes. So most people, they're going to either have a round shape or almond shape. I'm going to explain the key differences. The round shape, you're going to see a lot more of the whites of the eyes. And to look a little bit like, you're not going to have sharp defined edges like you are with an almond. You see the almond shape, the whites above and below the eye aren't as easily visible, but both edges of the eyes kind of taper to a corner. So of course, almond shape is more of an almond shaped eye, where the round is more of a round shape. That's so again, round will be a little bit bigger and a little more white. You can see the whites above or below the lid. Almond, you wouldn't see those as much. So first determine if you're round or almond. In my case, I'd be more of an almond shape. Now, for round shapes, you want to make the eyes appear wider. So they're already long, like the eyes are already bigger, but you want to kind of balance it out and making them wider. So you see here, the lady to our left, the lash line is kind of horizontally outside of her eyelid. It's so extending the lid outward. So, and then you see with the eyeliner, you see it just slightly going outward, almost like a vertical. You could go with more of a vertical cat's eye or slightly slanted upward, with that slight going outward past the eye line is going to kind of make them look longer or wider and more proportionate. Now for almond eyes, almond eyes are kind of a little more versatile, so there's a lot you can play around with. But you want to add depth and intensity. So like you see the girl on the left here, you see the darker shades on the outer corner of the edge and the outer edge of the eye. And again, you see here that that darker part is extended past the eyelid or the eye line. So it's kind of creating that outward V to lengthen the eye and lengthen it upward. And so that's the look I really love to go for. I like to go for like a darker shade on the outer edges of the eye. And then you see with the eyeliner, you can play, like I said, you can play around with a lot of different eyeliner looks. But with almond eyes, I really do like kind of doing a flicked line or like this, that's what I'm looking for. Kind of like a flicked eyeliner. I'm having a brain fart. But you see here that the line is going upward and extended past the shape of the eyelid. So it's like, it's taking the eye upward so it looks a little more, just helps make the eye look a little more upturned or a little bit more, lifted. That's what I'm looking for, lifted for the eyeliner. So I do love a good flicked or bold eyeliner look. Now we're going to go for a couple more different eye shapes. We have, and some of these may consider them more problem lids. Sorry about that. So now we have the monolid and the hooded eyelid. So the monolid is something predominantly a lot of Asian women have a monolid where there's no apparent crease, whereas the hooded eye is kind of the extreme of that, where the crease, the brow bone is a lot larger than the lid, where the lid can kind of get hidden under the crease or under the upper part of the brow. So I'm going to show you how to make both kinds of eyelids stand out. So for the monolid, you want to add definition and dimension. So for an eyeshadow look, you want to go with the darkest shade closest to the lash line and then ombre it out. Just blend it and a lighter gradient from the lid to the middle of the eyelid. So as you see by the girl on the left. And then if you just want to go with the eyeliner, then I want to definitely go with a bold winged liner. And so when you close your eyes, it's going to look like there's a lot of eyeliner on your lid, but when you open them, it's going to look like it's just an even line. So for those with monolids, when you're looking down to apply your liner and again, extending it past your eyelid in that upward motion, just keep applying and applying until when you open your eyes, when you look straight ahead, that the liner looks complete and you can see the liner. So if that clarifies. So you want to definitely, it's going to be a stronger, thicker liner when you look down, but when you look straight in front, it's going to appear even. Okay, now for Frigidize, key strategy is maximize the eyelid space. So you see the eye on the right, you see that the wing liner starts like almost 2/3 or 1/3 into the eyelid. That first inner part where you see most of the eyelid, that doesn't have liner because you want to let that eyelid shine through. Most of the time, it's more difficult to see the lid of somebody with hooded eyes. So you see, it's just starting the eyeliner on the outer 2/3 of the eye, still let some of the lid shine through. And then if you wanted to go more with a eyeshadow look, like a smoky eye look, you want to keep the darker concentration of the shadow on the crease area and really make the lids a lot lighter. So when you open your eyes, the lightness of the eyelid will still shine through. And so the look on the left is a beautiful kind of smoky eye look for those with hooded eyes. All right, so those are my key strategies based on your eye shape, whether it's round or almond, hooded or monolid. And we covered your brow, how to get the best brow shape and find the best brow products to groom them into perfection. So I'd love for you to share which brow product you think would be the best for you, given your eyebrow needs, whether it's sparse or fuller, if you want softer or more bolder look, and what your eye shape would be. Would it be round? Would it be almond? Or if you have monolid or a hooded lid, to share that as well. All right, friends, that is it for today. I just kind of wanted to go through a lot of the mechanics of the eye looks, and so tomorrow I'm going to talk more like actually applying the products, maybe some ideas for taking it from day to night, and a little bit about lips for our grand finale. So we will see you then.